sending my love to you. Now, Johnny is different than Zane.
Yeah, totally different. Totally
Two different things.
Well, Johnny, they are DJs and they're talented. Zane Sex Challenges is soft porn. So.
They're singing about
most people do.
And Zane is showing you.
Love, Zane sings, Johnny sings love songs, and porn is really a love story with all the talking taken out. Is what that is.
Is it?
It's a quick version.
Porn is a love story between multiple people who don't know
It's
each
the
other
Cliff Notes.
with all the talking
That's
taken
what
out.
it is. It's the Cliff Notes.
Is it?
The only time you hear is my eye. That's so nice. All right, the question we asked the DLQ, it's time to reload that. The question is, do you think that teachers should be honored as Cheeto Jesus suggests? That was a question we posed to you. You heard our opinion. You said...
Well, first of all, I am a teacher in New York, and there's no way that I would condone bringing guns into school, especially because the things that I see. And you will have teachers turning them on students out of self-defense, quote unquote. So I really don't think that that should be a viable option. I think there really needs to be more emphasis on mental health for kids.
I don't think it's a good idea for us to teach them that way.
We don't hurry up and teach them in the name of Jesus. Constant faith of teachers. This is criminal intent. I think that we are trying to protect yourself. Let's say, I'm going to ask them to put on this campaign to spread right here. Some people just think they don't know because they don't know what's going on with people around. I think that I'm a former veteran, and the AR-15 is certainly for killing. And if they have ever been unloaded like I have, that weapon is not meant for anyone but military and SWAT. And so nobody should have a weapon but those people. And anybody else that says that that weapon is meant for hunting has lost their mind. There's no bear or deer out in the woods with guns waiting to shoot back at you. So they're crazy if they think that that weapon is meant for hunting. That weapon is strictly meant for killing.
Well, I think Trump is done from the part at hand. What he's doing, he's talking about arming the teachers. When he's talking about the gun, the automatic gun, he's talking about getting rid of the automatic gun. But what they really should be talking about is preventing people from coming into buildings, period. So they need to get some type of security set up to where people can't even get in the building with a gun.
Catch the highlights and hot topics from today's show by logging on to the DLHughleyShow.com. We're going to tell you what's trending. That's coming up. Grab the Khalid on the DL Hughley Show.
Send me your locations. Focus on communicating, 'cause I just need the time and place to come through. Send me
nature. And the fact that I was able to connect with them and go a little bit mama bear on them, if I'm perfectly honest.
What did that involve?
Well, I can't help it.